Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about my dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm finally going to be unboxing my limited edition Claudie dolls, or as most people are probably calling her, the pink Stardust holiday dolls. And I only got the Claudie version ×2 because I'm going to be removing one from the box. And in this video, I'll be putting a couple outfits on her just to see what she looks like in more casual gear. And I'll be talking a little bit about the dolls and the release and my feelings and my excitement, I'm sure. And because I do tend to have to cover a lot in a video, I may end up doing a couple other things at the end if there's time. I'm sure there'll be time because who cares how long they are, right? But I guess before I open the... Oh, I'm also going to be comparing the holiday doll to my different versions of Claudie, because as you can see around me, I have a lot of her. I have... What you see behind me isn't everything. There are some down here that I'm going to bring up, but this was as much as I could fit in, like, on screen at one time, so doing the best I can do with my little setup. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so before I get to opening the box, because I ordered two, they sent them together in one big, massive box that I probably should have removed off screen beforehand, but you know what? I was able to fit it in my car, so I thought I might as well show the entire experience as much as I can, because as I said, weird small setup. And I was a week later than expected picking her up, so this video is a week later than I expected, and I drove to my American address today. So that's why I may sound a little groggy, because, you know, it's like a day, 6 hours worth of driving. So I just, oh, okay. There's a lot of packing peanuts, and I have to bring this off the table. I'm not gonna be able to put it up there. 1 second. There. So when I ordered the frozen dolls, they didn't ship them at the same time. So that's what I expected would happen with these Claudie dolls as well, was that they would each come in their own box, and then I wouldn't have a mountain of packing peanuts. But as I've said in a few videos, and I told myself I will say anytime I get these packing peanuts, I'll just let people know, remind people, or show people if they haven't heard it before, that they are dissolvable. You put them in water, they are biodegradable, they're made of like cornstarch and things like that. So it's not so wasteful. Sorry, I need to get this big box out of here. It's not so wasteful that they send them as I used to think, and then somebody in my comments let me know. And you know what? It says on the... doesn't say which one it is, because it's like, because I got two, I'm almost nervous that they sent me one of each version. But anyway, I guess we'll see when I open them. And I am a berry tier rewards member. I'll probably talk a little bit more about, you know, because there's a work component is how I'm able to do that. As somebody who lives in Canada, I have my work being able to help me out with a delivery address because of, what would you call it? Cross-border business. So, but because I'm Canadian, I've had some issues with my account. And I don't know how deep I'm going to get into it in this video, because this should be all about my limited edition Claudie. Is she upside down? Oh, I'm not even showing. So there's a cardboard over top, and then a tissue paper over top. Is she upside down? Oh. Well, at least I know it's one Claudie. Oh, and she looks so good. Here, let me show you. Mind some of the glare. Ooh, here, now she's positioned nicely. Okay, so let me get her out of the box and get some of this cardboard junk out of the way so that I can get to the next one. Because the thing I want to do with these is compare which one I want to keep new in box for now. I may change my mind and open them both up later. But for now, I feel like I want the magical feeling of having this one doll who's never been removed from box, because there is something really nice about that, especially when it's like a really expensive limited edition doll, as we all know. These were $275 each. And so what I was saying a minute ago about having some issues with my berry account was I had to call in this order the day of, because I was so worried, because they didn't make as many of her, and I'll talk about that later, because really, I need to get to these dolls. As I said, I'm a week late opening them, so I'm eager, but I'm also, like, talking about the groggy voice, it's like, I know I'm tired and groggy, because I've been home with these dolls for about, what time is it? 6 hours, and I'm finally just opening them now, so, yeah. So So should I just move her over for a minute while I open this one? I have to be careful. It's the same situation. Let's see if I can get this one right side up. This flap's really in the way, isn't it? I'm making sure not to knock that other Claudie box, then I will have to pause and etch these together. Come on, are you serious? 50% chance, and both ended up upside down. I think either way, like no matter which one I decide to keep new in box, I'm gonna have to go in and fix the necklace because she has her necklace kind of underneath her dress in both versions, and I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna like take off the lid and show her better anyway, both of them. Oh, so much glare. But if I don't have the lights on, you won't be able to see anything. I don't know if I've made that clear before. And to anyone who hasn't seen any of my videos and you're really thrown by all the Claudie dolls around me, one thing I should have explained is that Claudie was my first American Girl like obsession because I saw her as like the Tiana of American Girl. Can I pull this out? The necklace is like really underneath the... It's really like stuck in there, so it doesn't sit nicely when she's new in box or not removed from box. Anyway, so because I saw her, I'm a Princess Tiana stan, as we say, when stalker fan. So when I saw like all the, I guess I would say correlation between all the things that I saw that were comparable between Tiana and Claudie, the more and more she became an obsession of mine. So when Tiana was officially released by American Girl in the Claudie sculpt, I was like, I knew it. She is Tiana. So that just like deepened my obsession. That's why I have so many, because I needed to have a Tiana for every look. I need to have a Claudie for every look. And with this girl, I need to have, as I said, one never removed from box, just for that magical feeling. And honestly, they look like so much the same that I thought it was going to be like, this is the one I keep sealed. Okay, I'm going to keep this one sealed. So this is the one I'm just going to, at least for now, I may change my mind because I may just want to do other things with these dolls. So anyway, as I was saying 3 times now, oh, you know, I'm not going to put this on for the rest of the video, too much glare. But I'm going to get her out of the way, as in put her back here while I open up this version of Limited Edition Claudie. So then, as I was saying, when I called in to get the doll order placed, if anybody cares, she's number 5,459 of 13,000. So when I called in, 5th time trying to tell the story, when I called in to put in the order to have somebody help me because of the issue that's been going on with my Berry Rewards account. This is just a little testament to how small and close-knit the American Girl community is when you make videos on YouTube about American Girl stuff, people tend to like see it, even people who work in American Girl. So when I called in, she was very nice and she did recognize me by name. So she was really, really helpful. So if she does see this, thank you, because I was able to place this order the first day. And I think I noticed this fine print on the website. When you clicked on something, it said that the dolls were going to ship around September 16th. So I think it was the people who ordered the first day got them shipped early. I don't know if they've all shipped at this point because mine have been sitting there for a week. But if you are waiting for your dolls and they haven't shipped, that's why. But it was fine print. Like you had to click on something. And when I called to place the order over the phone, I said that to the girl, to the agent who was helping me, and she didn't even know. So they didn't make it very obvious. And how do you take this part of the... She's got this like cuff, this plastic cuff holding in the bracelet, and I'm struggling here. So I guess that's another reason I brought that up about like how small the American Girl community is. I guess be careful what we talk about on here because you don't know who's listening. Have I ever said anything incriminating? I don't think so. How does this come off? There's like so much tape. Very complicated. Okay, no, it's fine. I'm just being dramatic. Let me put the bracelet aside for a second. And another thing I didn't realize was that oh, and by the way, I have my AC blaring, but the lights are on. It's like, I think with my excitement, I'm feeling hot, but I'm fine, I swear. So if you see me like, seeming really hot, it's because of I think it's the blaring lights. But anyway, so there was kind of what I wanted to say before about her having only 3,000 limited edition. The Josefina mold doll, I'm like, I could just be cutting stuff rather than trying to take everything off so nicely. But I want to show her properly before I start changing her. So when I found out, you know, the way collectors talk and share information, when I found out that the Claudie mold had only 3,000 made and Josefina had 10,000, my naive brain was like, oh wow, they want to keep Claudie so exclusive, so they're only making 3,000 of her. And then the person I was talking to about it was like, no, that's not what's going on here. I was like, what do you mean? And so I would say the consensus is that when there's a black character or a black doll, companies tend to make less because they think they're going to sell less. And as somebody who collects Tiana, Princess Tiana, and I have been for years, it was something that I used to witness a lot with Tiana being the Black Princess. So there was this kind of, what would I call it? An internal battle of how many of these dolls I should buy. Because on the one hand, there are fewer of her. So when I first found out they were doing a limited edition Claudie, because that's who she is to me. She's not a pink Stardust, she's just limited edition Claudie. Maybe Tiana. And so when I found that out, I was like, oh, I'm going to need 5. But then I found out there were only 30% made compared to the Josefina mold doll. So I was like, you know what? Let me get her in person, give people time to buy some before I go all greedy like I did with Tiana. And then I will, revisit it of how many more I'll need. Because I started getting this, like, resentful isn't the right word. I don't know what the word is where I was like, that's why they're not making as many of her. Because they don't think she'll sell as much, even though she's like the cutest mold they've ever made, the cutest doll. And I mean, I know we all have our personal taste and our personal biases, but that was really, I should not put this away so messily. That was just my reaction to it. So I was really surprised. And I mean, time will tell. It kind of scares me, the fact that the idea that Josefina could sell out faster than Claudie. But again, because of my personal taste, my personal feelings toward Claudie, I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. And I'll keep talking about these things. It's just I'm going to break away from what I'm talking about to show the doll. All right, so she's got some, what is this like? What is this? It's like fabric. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, so it's kind of like what they have this like soft felty kind of material underneath her arms in the box, and they put it down in here as well in the dress. I guess it's just to protect against certain rubbings or whatever. And let me get her on a doll stand. She's got that these fabric stuff everywhere. It's an American Girl doll stand. It's branded. I don't know if I've ever properly shown it. It's like I always tell 10% of a story when it comes to some of these things that I do on here. And I will talk more about like the materials and everything like that as I get her properly set up. I don't love the way the neckline sits, because I'll show you. It just really pops out. Is that clear? Let me get her to. So yeah, the way it doesn't sit properly, it doesn't sit flush against her chest. So the necklace, does it sit better? I didn't even react to how beautiful she is. She is breathtaking. I knew that from the pictures. I didn't have any doubts that she was going to be the most perfect doll I've ever had from my American Girl collection. Not to be dramatic, but she is. She's very beautiful, the doll. I mean, I like pink. I know a lot of people are kind of on the fence and kind of getting sick of it lately, but I know it's just a color that they've decided is going to be the thing, at least this year. So I'm not mad about it, but I'm going to dress her in a couple other things. And the makeup on her eyes is very subtle. I don't know if I gave enough, if I was probably making you look too much of the neckline, but she is just such a beautiful doll, always. But this time, what I love about Claudie too, what they do with Claudie is they always give her a rare eye color. So when she was Claudie, who you can see behind me somewhere, they gave her the dark brown decal eyes like Samantha and Ivy. I believe that's it. And then when they made her Tiana, should be showing her to you. When they made her Tiana, they gave her the light brown decal eyes, which, Truly Me, I don't know. There was a Josefina Truly Me that had purple hair and the light brown eyes, and then Tenny and some in the CYO shop. And now they've given her the amber eyes, which, as far as I know, is it Truly Me 76, the first Sonali mold boy? There was Lila got it last year, and there was the Addie mold. Was she like 21? No, she's not that young of or early of a number, but she, medium skin, lightish hair, had the amber eyes as well. So it's again, it's another color they don't use a lot. So they've managed to make her look unique from I haven't even taken off her, why have I not taken off her hairnet yet? So they do a good job of making her, 3 dolls we've gotten so far, they do a good job of making her look very different each time, and they really put this hairnet on here. How am I going to get this out without... You know what? I may not do it like closer to camera just because I don't want to... Oh, okay, it's not too bad. I was worried about it being like too difficult, but it's going to come off easily. And she's got such long, amazing curls. I've watched everyone's unboxings in envy. And, you know, just looking at all the pictures, I could tell she was perfect and special. And just taunting me sitting in my American address waiting for me to go pick her up. Wow. Yeah, the only complaint I have about her is I only have 2. I'm probably going to end up getting, oh wow, the little tiara. Look how precious. I probably will, my next purchase of the special edition or limited edition Claudie dolls, I'll probably get 2 more, because the thing I'd like to do is buy another Tiana doll and another Claudie doll and do some like eye and wig swaps between them. Just to see her with like the dark brown eyes and the light brown decal eyes. You know what I mean? Just to... They only have 3 Claudie dolls so far, and it's like I feel like I have to have multiples. Like the more the merrier. And here's the thing I don't love about American Girl is making them hold their purses. Because the only thing you can really do, I don't know, is this... Like, who holds a purse like that? I don't know, but it's the best I can do. Here you go. And so now another thing I wanted to do, which is why I have what I consider my limited edition Tiana doll, is this is a doll, this is Claudie, a Claudie doll with Tiana's wig and light brown eyes, and I've Swarovski'd her up, and I gave her a little lip gloss and some glitter on her eyes just to make her look a little bit more, you know, a little bit more elevated on the makeup in the makeup department like they usually do. And so I just wanted to show a little comparison of how... Sorry, I'm looking at the monitor to see if they're looking at it. There we go. Come back a little bit. So just if anyone was curious, like how she compares to the different dolls, like I said before, I take her out, not take her out, before I put her in other outfits. So here she was. I swear I'm going to get better at that one day. And I'll show her next to the OG Claudie, just the meat Claudie with her meat accessories. So as I was saying, originally Claudie comes with, well, she's not even looking at you at all. She has like pretty black, almost black curls, pretty like really dark curls, dark brown decal eyes, which is why they have that like unique sparkle to them. And I'm sorry if you're not interested in any of this, but it's like I am. So I've been so curious to see how she would look compared to other dolls. And then here she is next to a Tiana. It's like Tiana doll, but I've sort of modernized her. So just to compare her hair, like her hair color and her eye color. So this is, it's reading a little different on camera. So this is the 30 skin tone on the limited edition doll. and Tiana has a unique skin tone, whereas Claudie, and then this version of Tiana, they have the 35, the deepest skin tone. And so I feel like they would be the most comparable, these two here, but it's still so much of like a mashup, because if you look at Tiana here, has the pink lips, just like she has pink lips, and her eyes are a little bit lighter, her skin's a little bit lighter, her hair's a little bit darker. So it's just about whichever you prefer. And I prefer all of them. And then the last thing I'm gonna compare is kind of silly, but you know, I showed this version of the hybrid, and then here is a Tiana doll, what I swapped over here. So this is a Tiana doll with, so the unique lighter skin tone with the dark brown decal eyes and Claudie's darker, almost black ringlet hair. So yeah, to me, I'm sure this is, you know, a collector's delusion, but I feel like they all look so unique from each other that it's worth having it all. And that's why I was saying I was hoping to get at least 2 more so that I can do a swap with Claudie and a swap with Tiana, just to see how this wig and these eyes look on the different dolls. And so to anyone who was kind of curious about how she would be not in this bright pink outfit, I'm going to redress her in some still holiday clothes, because, you know, the holidays are still coming, and that means I'm going to have her dressed in Christmas clothes for the season. None of what I'm going to put her in is going to be the outfit I see for her, but I am curious to see what she looks like in them. And then I think that I finished my conversation about before, about how she is so rare compared to Josefina, and how, oh yeah, I did have a little bit more to say. So while I dress her, first I'm going to put her in my very favorite American Girl outfit, which is also a holiday outfit. It was the re-release of the Winter Magic outfit, which was originally released in 2004. I only know that because it says it on the box. And I would just love to see it on her. But it already belongs to a doll, so it's not going to be hers. In fact, oh, there's an elastic on here, and I don't want to cut it because I can keep it. Is it removable? What I was trying to say. Oh, cool. What I was trying to say is it's that time of year where I'm sure the next Christmas collection or holiday collection of clothes is going to come out. I'm sure it's going to be very soon. And I'm sure there'll be something in there. I'll figure that out after. Something in that collection that I love for her. So they put that, oh no, it's just tissue paper on the back of the shoes. I don't know why. What does that mean? Is it a warning? I guess it's just to protect it. Stop being so cynical, Blaine. So that's why I haven't picked out her next outfit yet, but I'm sure I'll pick it out very soon. But anyway, so now back to what I was saying about her being not as produced, and I feel like almost being not as pushed either, because I go onto Facebook and Instagram just for doll stuff. I don't know what else is going on in the rest of the Facebook world, but in the American Girl world in Facebook, I notice a lot of posts saying, I bought the holiday doll, like singular. You know, I bought the pink Stardust doll. And people be like, oh, congratulations, which one? Oh, Josefina. Like, okay, you do know there were 2 dolls, right? Why are you considering the Josefina doll? You know, why are you just saying the doll is Josefina? But then I think about how when you clicked on the listing for the holiday doll, there was, you know, obviously there's the big promotion when you go onto the website, onto the American Girl website. And when you click it, it takes you to the actual, the details of the doll. And the one you go to, the default, was the Josefina doll. So it really just looked, I guess if you're, I don't know, casually going in, I don't know, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt here. I guess if you went on, it could have just looked like it was a Josefina doll. So, not that it's anyone's fault, and I'm, you know, biased toward Claudie here. I was a little bit like, what do you mean you bought the holiday doll and you only think of Josefina as the holiday doll? So I just think, like, I guess it worried me because it makes me think there's credence to them not making as many Claudie dolls. Oops, sorry, her curls. I'm gonna have to be careful with Velcro. Worries me that they may give credence to American Girl, thinking that they need to only provide 30% of the dolls for Claudie, for the black doll. When, oh, her spell broke, good. When people are only considering her, the doll, the holiday doll. And another, ooh, sorry, the Velcro got stuck to the tights, and I love these tights, so I do not want to get them ruined. I don't want to ruin them. So another, okay, so when I called, going back to that call again, when I called in, and I was kind of like in a panic that I wasn't going to be able to order the dolls that day, because as I said, they only made 30% of Claudie, and I wanted at least 2. I had to start with 2, and I was, the person on the phone who was, again, really helpful, really sweet, she did help me out. I'm sure I'll get to the whole story eventually about that. She was just like, well, I'm sure they'll be, you don't have to panic if they don't, if you aren't able to make the purchase today. And I, not knowing that it was like a secret, because I mean, all doll collectors are like this. We pass around information, it just happens. And so when I told her the numbers for Claudie, she was like, oh, is that listed on the website? And I was like, I don't know, wouldn't it be? So no, it wasn't. And it was just, us collectors spreading the news about it. Sorry, I was like, where are her earmuffs? So my feeling about that is there's kind of like there are 2 sides of it, really. So one, yeah, they want to make the fewer numbers of the black doll. But I'm trying to think of, how do I feel about the fact that they're not being public about it? Are they, like, on the one hand, sorry, I'm just like admiring how she looks. On the one hand, she, people won't know that there are fewer of her, so they won't, like, I don't know, be annoyed, or it won't make her seem less important or less significant. But on the other hand, they know it's wrong, or they know it's unfortunate that that's the way the market goes. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how I feel about it. But oh, wow. Is Claudie's head bigger than the other dolls? These earmuffs don't sit the way. Oh, no, they do. They do. Ugh. How could they make fewer of this doll? I don't understand. Bias, I know. But I'm glad you'll get to see how she looks in this, because again, Bias, favorite doll, favorite outfit of all time. Isn't this so sweet? And if you didn't get this outfit, I shouldn't even be like putting in your face, because it's so amazing. And it's like, when I put it away last Christmas, I was so sad, and I'm gonna have to take it off her right now because I already want to put a different outfit on her. So yeah, my feeling on it is like, so it seems a little underhanded that they don't disclose the fact that they only made 30% of her doll. But you could see it on the other side that they know, and I don't want to say that is how the market is, even though I've witnessed it with Tiana, and I mean, this happened, so it must be something that the toy makers or toy companies believe to be true. So I don't know how I feel about them not disclosing it. It seems like they don't want the backlash of people being like, how come you only made 3,000 of the black doll, and then you made 10,000 of the white doll? Oh, and I didn't even explain why I only got Claudie and didn't get the Josefina mold doll. Not because there are more of the Josefina doll. She was very, very beautiful, and I was very tempted when I saw the final product pictures. But I've discovered that my least favorite American Girl eye color is that gray blue that I believe Mary Grace had, but for sure the Rapunzel doll had. Like, when I saw it in person, something about it really, okay, if anybody out there has this eye color, just understand it's my eye color, and I think that's why it revolts me. But there's something about it that kind of repulses me. So when I saw that the Josefina doll had that, I was like, she's so pretty, but I would have to swap her eyes. And I'm like, I'm not, now this is going to sound stupid because I'm about to say something that's not true, but I was like, I don't want to buy her if I have to switch her eyes. Even though I'm like, I will buy 4 of her to switch 2 of her eyes. But that's a different story. My obsession versus a doll I actually have a lot of trouble with, because her eyes are always like, popping all over the place. So I'm talking as much as I can while this doll, while she's wearing this outfit, so that you can enjoy it as long as it's on screen. So it's like, because I have trouble with the doll eye popping and everything to begin with, it was just like, there was the temptation again, because it was new and because it was she's so pretty. Not as pretty as Claudie for me, but she was very pretty. So everybody who's excited about her, I totally understand, and I'm behind you. If you're okay with that eye color, which I'm not. Okay, I'll keep talking while I switch her into another outfit. And I think I already mentioned they're gonna be all Christmas outfits, right? But oh, look, I can't believe I'm changing her out of this. I might put her back in it after the video. But I love it. But as I said, I already have a doll that this outfit is devoted to. Oh. um, so I haven't heard that much, I don't know what's the word, rhetoric around there being not as many Claudie dolls. And the other, as I lightly touched upon, I said I'm going to just do the 2 dolls to begin with, and then give people a chance, other people a chance to buy some up. Because I have this as a Tiana collector, and this is going to make me sound like a sucker, but it does make me happy, so it's not that. But with Tiana, I always had this need, like, oh, they're not making as much of her stuff? Really? Well, I want a lot of it, and it's not my fault that you didn't make enough that I'm going to buy enough that, it could sell out. So it's like this lizard brain or something that I have about trying to make sure that the things I love that the manufacturers believe aren't popular enough, it's like I want them to do well. For example, when Tiana came out, when the first wave of the American Girl Disney Princess dolls came out earlier this year, 7 months ago now, can you believe it? I know that because of when I did the switch on these two. Maybe it was maybe it was 8 months ago now, actually. What was I saying? When the first wave of those dolls came out, because I've had an extensive history collecting Tiana, I was certain they didn't make as many of her. And even though every post I saw was everybody talking about how much Tiana was their favorite one and they loved Tiana, who was the last one to sell out? Tiana. And this is with me being one person who bought 6 of her. 6! Like, in the first batch, I bought 6. So I just felt like, or I just feel like, and continue to feel like, there is this... Okay, so I'm going to put her in some Janie and Jack stuff, and then I'll go back to that. I think I bought most of the Janie and Jack collection, and I would love to see more one day. If that's ever going to happen, I'll probably buy it all too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put her in some of Janie and Jack pieces. This one's called Wrapped in Rose's Party Dress. But I have a few pieces I'm going to put on her while I kind of talk and stuff. Oh, there are 2 pairs of shoes in here. I don't know what I did. I probably threw away the box for the shoes. So which one goes with this? Oh, it looks like the felty ones go with this. So that was going back to talking about how, I always want to buy more of like the Tiana stuff. For example, they did a limited edition doll, Disney Store. This is not American Girl part of the conversation. Disney Store did a limited edition Tiana doll for Tiana's Princess and the Frog's 10th anniversary 5 years ago. And usually the dolls are limited edition 5,500. Started at 5,000, 5,500 by the time that anniversary came around. And instead of her getting, I'm going to put more on this, but I'm just trying to show you a little bit of the process. By the time Tiana's anniversary doll rolled around, they gave her 3,500. So 2,000 fewer dolls than all the other princesses. And so I was like, what does that mean? Like, it's like a significant anniversary because she's the first official Black Disney princess, 10th anniversary. Oh, bounced right off of her. And they, I don't know what the percentage would be. What would that be, like 40, 30% less? I'm probably exaggerating. I can't do math off the top of my head like that. But a lot less. Like 2,000 is a lot less. It's almost, no, yeah, it must be like 40% less. So we also didn't get a platinum set for her, which is something they did for most of the princesses at the time. So I was like, you know what? I had saved all my money to get these platinum dolls. I'm going to buy 5 of the limited edition Princess Tiana dolls. And that's exactly what I did. I put the camera too close to me, so it's like you can't see a proper vision of her up close. I'm putting her hair down to hide her shoulders, but I'm also going to put a jacket on her. So now, I'm saying all that to explain why I kind of went back and forth. Oh, this is good. I'm just going to try on the fur trim plaid coat from the Janie and Jack collection with this dress. why I went back and forth with, should I buy 5 right away? You know, should I, you know, what if she does sell out and then people are like, hey, how come I didn't get a chance and this person has 5? Like, that's wrong. So I was like, okay, let me be not so greedy in the hopes that she'll sell out because there'll just be such a demand for her. But I'm telling you, back and forth, back and forth. Because at first, like I said, I was excited that she was being treated so exclusively. They didn't want to give her a lot. Because I'm in denial sometimes. So precious. This doll. I mean, I know I'm biased, but I hope a lot of you watching this will totally agree. Oh, she's... I'm probably going to say it a lot, but how did she only get 3,000? Look how cute. And I have a hat to try on with it. Because the thing about the Janie and Jack collection, it was a really smart collection in my opinion, and I was nowhere close to having a channel when this was released. Because it's not a very typical... It's gonna ruin her hair. I just sit it there. Yeah, oh, that actually looks nice. Or I'm just telling myself that so I don't ruin her hair. So when this collection came out, I wouldn't have been able to comment on it at the time, but I loved everything about it. It was great because if it's Christmas, you can be like, oh yeah, it's tartan, it's plaid, whatever you want to call it. And so it's in theme. But if I put this on her in like February, she would just look like she's going to a fancy little party. For the record, I'm looking at the monitor. The purse is really bright compared to the shoes. The shoes and purse are like identical in person. So I don't know. I can also put this little flower on her. Oh, it doesn't sit very flush. But here you go. Sorry, I'm giving her a little fashion show because she deserves it. I did say it right in the first place. Oh, and I have another jacket to try on her and another pair of boots. And I don't know, I don't remember getting to try these boots on anyone last year, but I'm not crazy about the jacket because it hides too much. So if anybody's heard me, all the stuff I've been rambling about, please let me know below how you would feel about me having, well, I don't know if I need 5. Like I did the math and I was like, I think if I did, so this is called the Softest Snow Fur Jacket by Janie and Jack. I don't know why I'm showing you this because it's not available anymore. It's sold out. Well, I mean, it's old. So it's like, even if it was, it's not like they keep their holiday collections up all year. But like I said, they always have new collections every year. I'm just like going silent because I'm like, I think I mentioned already that this, oh, you know how they have a hand that's open one more than the other? That means even an American Girl garment can be tricky to put on. Oh, you know what? Oh, there's Velcro. I was like, I remember this being more, covering, like it really covered the clothes, but it's because there's Velcro to close it. Oh, I forgot to change her boots. So these are from something navy. What are they called? Frosty faux fur trimmed boots. And it's open, so I must have put it on someone last year. I just don't remember doing it. And I liked the something navy collaboration as well. Like I didn't bring over my entire Christmas collection or holiday collection, sorry, as tempted as I was. And I'm not correcting myself because it's not, politically correct to say Christmas, but I have other holidays in there. So it really is a holiday box. I thought these boots would look cuter. I think Maple Lee makes a pair of white boots that would probably pop better with this outfit. So I'll show you first. I'll just show you how it is right now, if you care. Thanks for humoring me, by the way. If you just want to see her in some casual, or they're still Christmas looks, I'll put the hat back on her. Well, not put it on her. I'll rest it on her head. Isn't she so perfect? Aren't you so shocked and confused as to why they only made 3,000 of her? But then again, it hasn't sold out. It's not limited quantity. And I know I'm going to keep coming back to this. But another thing that I find odd is when they made the limited edition Disney dolls over a year ago now, Rapunzel sold out understandably really fast because of the really long hair. Kids love that. She was a popular princess. And then Belle is a staple, but so is Jasmine. Jasmine's always included in everything. And they only made 4,000 of Jasmine as opposed to 5,000 of the others. And she's still available. And she's the only limited edition Princess of Color they've done. So it's just, I don't know. It's like there's this thing in my brain going, is it true? Is that really the way the world is? Am I just deluded? And Jasmine was my favorite. She's the only of the first wave. I really loved the Frozen dolls and loved the Frozen dolls. Sorry, not past tense. So it's just, you know, the limited edition Jasmine, even though she's not Jasmine in my collection, is like my favorite doll. So it's a shame that she's the only one left and has been for like a year. Over a year. I think it was August they came out, right? So what's that, 13 months ago? I just can't stop looking at this girl and wanting to show her off because she's so cute. And they gave her such a like beautiful curls. And the Josefina has really beautiful curls too. So but I like curly haired dolls. I tend to gravitate toward them the most. I'm just trying to like zhuzh up her curls a little bit because, you know, she has box hair. Is that all I need to show you about her now? Cool. And I think I got everything off my chest about the release. But yeah, I think going back to what I was saying with the American Girl community being so small, and like if you make videos, you never know who's going to see them. Like I said, when I called in, she was very, very nice. And so she helped me get the dolls the first day by just, you know, speaking to a leader and explaining the situation. That I don't want to get too much in the situation because it is so long and it's not over yet. It's not completely fixed. It's fixed, but not completely, but everything's fine. So, you know, it's like, I don't want to bore everyone with the details when it's not the time. It's not about Claudie. Back to the Claudie thing though is, so she was able to speak to a leader and then send me, because, you know, the other excitement about getting a day one was what was it, 3 times the berry points too, which I think was going on the entire time, like for the entire first few days of the, even when I went to like the silver tier, whatever. So it wasn't that I was worried about not getting the points. I really was like, I want to buy them before they sell out because they're only 3,000. Because, you know, your collector brain sort of like takes over and makes you think like that thing that you want so bad, everyone's going to want it too, and you're not going to be able to get it. So that was the panic I was in and like I had been working on getting my berry by getting my account fixed for I think 3 weeks at the point. It was the second time. And so, but each time, like the first time it happened, it got fixed right in time for Frozen. I was able to get Frozen the first day. Immediately after they shipped, the thing happened to my account again. So it was just like, am I going to be able to get my Claudie doll? I got Frozen, but what if I miss out on Claudie, a limited edition Claudie ×2? And so that's why it was like a big worry. And so she was really lovely. She talked to a leader. And you always have to be very, like, I'm always nice to them because I know that it can't be easy dealing with American Girl fans because I'm one of us, so I know how we are. So that's why it's like, I always want to be really, really nice. And they always are really lovely in turn. So she sent me a link to buy the dolls. I was able to get them right away. I was able to breathe a sigh of relief. And then, you know, I was able to go online and see everybody who had bought their holiday doll, speaking of Josefina. And so I was happy. And I do think, you know, I think by now, everybody who was going to buy, who's in a rush to buy either of the dolls, but this is the only one I really care about. So I think now I'm probably, when I say safe to buy more, meaning I'm not a total jerk if I buy more when everybody has kind of had the chance. Let me know what you think. And so, as usual, I had it shipped to my American address. I drove there today to pick it up. And because of where I was going, I was going to pass by a city in my province in Canada where somebody was selling a doll and an outfit for so cheap that I was like, you know what? Sorry, this is not related to Claudie except for the fact that I picked up on the same trip and I picked her up today. So I'm going to show you another doll that I picked up on my journey because, you know, might as well just get 2 things in one because as I've said recently, I have too many videos to like add more. So it's a video, it's a doll in an outfit. When I did my favorite historical outfits, I talked about Josefina and how I had the hardest time with her because of the way her cloth body is always showing in her outfits. So I just did pick out what my favorite outfit was, and then quite a few people chimed in to say that I should definitely get her riding outfit, I believe it's called, because it does, I guess it covers enough of the body, not enough in my opinion, but also because it's my favorite color, and I'm assuming people, I don't know if I mentioned in the video, but I talk about it a lot, orange being my favorite color. So somebody had this Josefina doll on sale, and like I say, I'm going to say locally only because I was driving all that way to pick up Claudie. So it's like it's still an hour and a half. So there's no way I would just make this trip to pick up this outfit on this doll. So well, I guess I should put her on a doll stand. I'm so confused about the doll too because she's Josefina. It says Pleasant Company on the back of her head. She doesn't have a body tag, as you can see. Am I showing the right side? So she's tagless, and not like it was ripped out, like she wasn't made with a tag. And her body, you know how the old Pleasant Company dolls have like slightly bigger bodies? She has a slightly bigger body, and she's not squishy. So I'm like, so there's this other era. Oh man, okay, let me take this all off. Her hair is also very, very dry and crunchy, and here's the thing why I'm okay with that. She was $80 Canadian with this outfit for the doll and the outfit $80 Canadian is about $58 US. And I see this outfit alone going for that price, or more than that. So I just thought, okay, I don't really care what condition the doll is in because I don't really care about having a second Josefina. But because she had this outfit that, you know, people put in my head that would be my favorite Josefina outfit, and somebody had it, it was gonna, like, the timing was gonna be perfect that I could pick it up on the way back from picking up my Claudie dolls. And she also came with these funny boots. Like, so funny my voice cracked. I don't know what they are. They're obviously not hers because I've seen the boots that she wears. These look like they might be from Julie's collection. They're not her dog walking boots, but kind of similar, a little similar. Maybe they're Nikki's. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but they're funny, but like cute. Like I like them, but they make me giggle. They're just kind of funny. And you know what? I kind of like it with the outfit, but I'm not going to keep this outfit on her. I'm going to give it to, because I have the recent re-release of the Josefina doll. And when I got her home, I had to clean her up a little. She's someone's like childhood doll, and you know, it shows. But what she also had for cheap, I recently also did a video about all my Girl of the Year dolls. And quite a few people were very disappointed that I didn't have Marisol and that she wasn't on my list. And she means a lot to a lot of people. But I don't remember exactly what I said in the video. I don't like to watch back my videos. I would never upload them if that were the case. And so I don't know if I said I would get Marisol, but she's always really expensive, or if I was just saying that in replies to people because they were like, what do you mean you don't have Marisol? So as I was trying to say before I went off on that tangent, is the seller also had Marisol's meat outfit for $20 Canadian, which is about $15 US. And I thought, okay, I'm probably never going to find Marisol in a really good condition, complete, whatever. So let me just take this Josefina doll. I didn't know what her hair was like yet. It was kind of held back in the hat ponytail. What was the other thing I had to say about that? It'll come to me. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was like, let me buy this outfit because it's only like it's really cheap, and I can just put it on her and have her be like a stand-in as Marisol in my collection. Because I don't know if it has the necklace, but it seemed to have everything else. And I just thought that was, in my experience, a great deal. Yeah, no necklace. But there's a scarf to hide that cloth body, so I'm excited. And I think one day I'll try to, I don't know, find a wig or something to make her seem a little bit more like Marisol. I don't know. Or I could come across a Marisol doll. I don't know. Because the other thing about this doll was as I mentioned earlier in this video, oh, she's got another shirt under this, is I don't have a lot of luck with Josefina mold dolls. And she, as you can see with this one, she has one eye kind of going off to the side, but it actually, sometimes those wandering eyes look cute to me, and so there's something endearing about it on her, but I would not normally say that. And I'm not just saying it because she was so cheap and all this other stuff. I just think it's something endearing about it on her. So this is going to be like my substitute Marisol in the meantime, because I feel like people were a little like, what do you mean you don't like Marisol? What do you mean you don't have her? Peer pressure. But no, really, it was a good deal. And as I said to people, I never see Marisol anything for sale. Oh, here's what I wanted to say. So it was very, like, so the cool thing about her selling Josefina, this old Josefina, in the, oh, there's a snap. I've never seen a snap button on a American Girl before, I don't think. So even though she was selling this Josefina doll with the riding outfit, the outfit that people had peer pressured me into wanting to have, um, she also had the meat outfit. So she could have sold this doll with the regular meat outfit for the same price, if not more. I don't know. Than what she was selling it for, because she reduced the price to the 80 from 100. Still not a lot to begin with. And so it was just such a fluke that she was selling it in, oh, I've never seen America. Usually it's just like the whole thing Velcros, but this is like, it goes through a buckle and then Velcros. Remember how I said her body's a little bit bigger? Oh, whoa. See, it's so weird. It's like she's an old PC doll, body size, but it's not squishy vinyl. But yeah, it was a fluke that she was, for some reason, selling this doll with the riding outfit. And I don't know, maybe it was like a lot of a fluke, because she was never going to sell it. And then it happened to be something that I needed, and I was able to pick it up because of my journey, my plan for this weekend anyway. And then, if I had picked up my Claudie dolls last weekend, I probably never would have seen this. Does this like, how does this, oh, weird. It's not like a scarf you tie on. It's, oh, curled, but like you have to Velcro it and it has to be this exact way. It's not supposed to curl like that, right? Like it's like a perfect curl on this scarf. I'm gonna have to iron it or something. But somebody also told me that I should hand wash all my clothes, whether they're new or used, and I might get into that habit now. But I haven't done it yet because I was, like I said, cleaning up the doll before. And all you Marisol lovers out there, please don't be mad that I'm using a substitute doll, but it's better than nothing. And girl, you got some dry hair. I've never. This is and I'm not complaining. Like price was amazing, because what I really liked about using this Josefina is as Marisol substitute. I like it. She has a darker hair, and I just happen to like darker hair, and we like what we like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Well, there's only something wrong if you feel ashamed if you like something, I guess. And I have to get that curl out of her scarf. It's so funny. And she leans to one side with her dry hair. So yeah, now I have her saggy pants. That was not nice. I have my substitute Marisol. Who knows if I'll ever come across a proper Marisol one day. And I have her riding outfit. And it's like, whenever I have to be careful what I talk about in my videos, because if I say I don't have something, people will be like, oh, you need this something. And then I'll be like, okay. No, I won't be like that. It's just like, I guess kind of, like, they'll convince me. I'm being radicalized by my own channel, as if I need radicalization. And I'm hoping that I covered everything, because there were some things because there were some conversational things. I was planning to stop dressing my dolls to address them. But I think I got it all out, and I hope you can tell me your feelings, especially on this limited edition 3000 for Claudie. Like, do you think it makes sense? And because, like, I did hear that people were upset about it, and I can understand why. And it's something I've witnessed in other doll collecting communities and from the release of other doll companies, as I mentioned earlier. So I just think I'm having that feeling in my brain where I'm like, okay, I should buy more to prove how loved the Claudie mold is and how beautiful this doll is. But I'm going to be very curious to see who sells out first, because as I said, with the first wave of the American Girl Disney Playline dolls, Tiana took quite a while to sell out after Cinderella, then Ariel. So this really could be the case again, even though we see the big difference between the two edition sizes. 30%, it's like insulting, I think. It's like, once the person I was talking about it with opened up my, like, said, oh, they think she won't sell as much. That's why they're doing that. And I was like, oh, oh. So that's where it was just, I don't know. I've had real mixed feelings about it. But the truth is, if that's the way things sell, maybe there's another conversation we need to have about why dolls, no matter how beautiful they are, like Claudie is beautiful, like I think objectively, like I know I'm subjective because I really love the doll personally, but I look at her and it's like it was, nobody made me love the doll. It was like, that was my first real dip into American Girl was with that mold. I just thought there was something so adorable and beautiful as far as dolls go. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's just, that's how my feeling is very like funny about it. It's like, I think I'll always want to have a lot of each version of Claudie just because I like the mold so much. And I wonder how other people feel. And I know I feel like now I've beaten a dead horse, as they say in this video. So I'll leave it there. Okay, I'm interrupting myself because in all my excitement about changing her clothes and rambling about everything on my opinions, I didn't talk about the actual pink Stardust outfit. So as a peace offering, I put her back in the Winter Magic outfit while I talk about the materials for anybody who's curious or just wants to know what I think of them, or if you haven't seen them already. It's like I took the dress off, so it's like I have like the benefit of being able to show you the dress and everything else on its own. So as you can see, there's nothing really shocking. There's nothing really surprising about it. It's all polyester, different versions of polyester plastic. It's got that like parachute material on the bottom, kind of like a tent or parachute. You can hear it. It's very cheap. It's like all the Disney princess dolls had some variation of that. And then it's got what they would probably call organza, or in the actual fashion world, it would be organza, but this is just polyester. And I'm not being facetious or anything. I'm just letting you know it feels nice, plasticky, and a whole bunch of Swarovski crystals, which for the most part, you would know just by looking at it. As I mentioned already, this doesn't sit as nicely as it should. Just giving all my honest opinions, whether they're really nice or not. The velvet waistband is nice. I love having velvety materials on my doll clothes. You've got, 3 layers at the shoulders. There is some iridescent kind of sparkle threads going throughout, giving it that wintry illusion. It doesn't scream holiday to me, but that's not a problem because not everybody celebrates Christmas at the holidays. Not everybody is thinking about red and green. So it also makes it a bit more versatile in the sense you could have your dolls wearing this throughout the whole year. Why not? And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this outfit, especially if I end up buying a couple more dolls. My original plan was to think of another doll either to buy or to take from my collection, everybody has a purpose, so that's never going to happen. And because as I said, I loved the Josefina doll, but because of the eye problem, I wasn't going to use her. So I was thinking of like trying to put another doll in this outfit so that she's not alone. But I'm obviously going to wait, for sure going to wait on that, just because I don't even know if she's going to stay in here. I just don't. And what other outfit aside from plastic could stand on its own? Like, it doesn't need a dress form. It's its own dress form, because that base in like underneath the innermost layer, it's just it's a tent, mama. And I mean, it shouldn't be that way because these are such expensive dolls, and they try to create this illusion that it's because of the materials used, I'm assuming, but it must just be the Swarovski. And the shoes are cute, they're fine. There's like, and it's really late, and that's why my voice is probably like, it's done, it's ready to, it's ready to be done for the night. It's like glitter that's underneath some kind of plastic coating, or it's just the fabric that's made that way. I hope it can focus. And then you see that, oh, it's really having trouble. It's my AC, isn't it? There's this like metal star. Oh man, that's obnoxious. There's a metal star with a Swarovski in the middle. I'm sorry, that would probably give you a headache. And then to the purse, it's just got this like glitter coating over it, metal chain. I like metal on my limited edition stuff. Nothing should really be plastic as far as accessories go. I mean, all the clothes are going to be plastic, really. Which is funny because, you know, they're trying to go with like minimizing the use of plastic, but dolls are just plastic. And so the glitter they've used is not going to flake off. You could probably scratch it off, but on its own, it's fine. It's durable. It's going to stay. And it's cute. It's pretty. I wish they could come up with some kind of mechanism or some kind of trick that the dolls could actually hold the purses, not like this. But maybe that's just my little quirk, and nobody really cares. The tiara, I love the tiara. It's a shame that I'm not really going to use this, and the one in the box, it's not even on her head. It's like in that plastic containment unit, but it's all metal. How can you, like, you can hear it against the table that it's metal with, yeah, quite a few Swarovski, because if you look around is this going to show up? Or is it just going to bounce back and forth? If you look around, the whole like star has these little white crystals in it. Like the ones that are obvious, but then there are also little ones which you can't totally see without having in a person. And then there's the bracelet, which is the same thing. It's a metal bracelet with so like 9 various colors of pink inside. And this I really like. You know, I like that they're making actual jewelry. This, to me, this says limited edition for me. That's really late here. And so now that I've shown that, maybe I didn't show the box enough. They put that sneaky description of 13,000 dolls on the back, if anybody wants to read that. And they don't make any indication that 3,000 are for one doll and 10 for the other. They may almost make it sound like it's 7,500 a piece, right? So sneaky, but I don't know what the better alternative is. You know, that's something we as doll collectors, I think, need to figure out. Like, why is this happening? This is bad. Like, this should not be the case. We should be equally excited, which is hypocritical because I'm more excited about her, but it's just because it's a doll. Josephine is a doll I have problems with, and I don't like the eye color. But otherwise, I probably would have gotten both, and then more of her just because she's my particular favorite. But it's something we do have to think about as adults, as a community, whatever. You know, why are dolls getting less attention only because of the skin tone they've used and maybe the hair texture? Maybe I'm rambling now because it's late, but I do feel that way. And I think that was all I had to say. Show off like the rest of the outfit. And I'm sorry that, you know, I got so caught up in what I was saying that I had to tack this on at the end, but you know, it's okay because I put her back in the Winter Magic outfit. So anyway, now that I've said that, I will see you soon in the next one.